It's one thing to become a Hallmark actor, it's another to become a Hallmark heartthrob. Some of these actors started as side characters or unknowns, and others simply weren't winning any Most Attractive awards early on. But now, they're headliners, fan favorites, and somehow look better with each new movie. So, which Hallmark actor had the best glow-up? Watch until the end to see. At number 10 is Christopher Polaha, the young man who grew into a silver fox. Once upon a time, Christopher Polaha was best known for his roles on teen-targeted dramas like Life Unexpected and North Shore, where he played the awkwardly charming side character, or troubled lead. He had that disheveled, boy-next-door energy, complete with floppy hair and a goofy grin. Flash forward to now, and Polaha has grown into a full-on romantic lead. With his salt and pepper hair, piercing gaze, and commanding 6 feet 2 inches frame, he's become one of Hallmark's most dependable leading men. He starred in Double Holiday, A Dickens of a Holiday, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas, always playing men who are equal parts emotionally available and ruggedly dependable. Fun fact, Christopher has also co-written a series of mystery novels, showing off the brains behind the brawn. Here he is in an interview explaining how he became the co-author to an entire series.
So that was our second Zoom. She entered, She said, come and write this with me. I said, you're insane. Talk to your husband, talk to your agent before you want to, like, you don't want to just share a series with some stranger. She's like, no, I really do, but yeah.
His glow up is more about refinement than reinvention. He's always had the charm, but now he's pairing it with maturity and that rare ability to make a turtleneck look downright dangerous. Next at number 9 is Trevor Donovan, the blonde jock who aged into a brooding dreamboat. Trevor Donovan got his start playing Teddy Montgomery on 90210, where he was your textbook golden boy, sun-kissed, athletic, and perpetually shirtless. But back then, critics didn't take him seriously. He was often typecast as the surfer stud or dumb jock, and despite his good looks, he wasn't given roles with emotional weight. Enter Hallmark. Trevor rebranded completely, embracing roles that showcased vulnerability and depth while still flexing those abs. Movies like Nantucket Knoll, Snow Coming, and Strawberry Summer, where he actually sang and played guitar live on set, revealed a more soulful, grounded Trevor, still handsome, but now with depth and authenticity. Fun fact, Trevor has a degree in graphic design and was once training for the US ski team. He also speaks German fluently. Unexpected, right? With icy blue eyes, a jawline you could sharpen skates on, and a newfound emotional accessibility, Trevor Donovan's transformation is what happens when a stereotypical heartthrob grows into a well-rounded romantic lead. Glow up complete. Moving on to number 8 is Brendan Penny. From surfer dude to Hallmark's sensitive hunk.
Okay, fine. Someone who is smart and strong and beautiful. Someone like you.
Once upon a time, Brendan Penny was that guy you kind of recognized from a CW teen drama. You know, the one with side-swept hair and a perma smirk who always played the other dude in love triangles? Yep, that was Brendan in his early days on Whistler and Supernatural, playing brooding 20-somethings with more attitude than screen time. Fast forward a decade and cue the glow-up montage. Penny re-emerges in Hallmark's universe, looking more refined, chiseled, and charming than ever. With those piercing blue eyes, soft-spoken demeanor, and 6-foot stature, he now radiates the wholesome yet hot vibe Hallmark thrives on. He's the guy who can fix your plumbing and your heart. His breakout with Hallmark came via Chesapeake Shores, where he plays Kevin O'Brien, the compassionate EMT and family favorite. But Brendan didn't stop there. He's since become a staple of seasonal Hallmark films like The Wedding Cottage, In Merry Measure, and The Secret Ingredient. Whether he's planting hydrangeas or falling for a small-town baker, Brendan plays it with a sincerity that sneaks up on viewers, and suddenly, we're swooning. Fun fact, Brendan actually studied marine biology before switching to acting. So yes, in addition to being sensitive and handsome, he could probably identify a bottlenose dolphin on sight. Bonus glow-up points for brains. What makes Brendan's glow-up so satisfying is the subtlety. He didn't get famous overnight, nor did he suddenly look like a Marvel superhero. Instead, he matured into his looks, found his groove, and let his calm charm take center stage. The guy went from background surfer to the man you bring home to meet your Hallmark mom, and that friends is the true mark of a glow-up. Next at number 7 is Andrew Walker. From frat boy to fan favorite. Back in the early 2000s, Andrew Walker's IMDb was filled with frat boy roles, forgettable horror flicks, and small parts in made-for-TV dramas. He had the boyish charm, but not the polished charisma. And honestly, no one was predicting he'd become the crown prince of cozy cable romance. But something happened. Around 2012, Hallmark gave Andrew a shot, and he ran with it, with movies like My Christmas Family Tree, A Maple Valley Christmas, and Three Wise Men and a Baby. He transformed into a leading man with emotional range, comedic timing, and a smile that could thaw the North Pole. Now in his 40s, Andrew has mastered the everyman with abs aesthetic. With tousled brown hair, kind hazel eyes, and that rugged Montreal charm, he's no longer a background bro, he's the guy Hallmark fans wait all season to see. Fun fact, Andrew co-owns a health food company with his wife. So yes, he can cook you quinoa and fix your emotional baggage. From forgettable to fan favorite, Walker's rise has been steady, sexy, and deeply satisfying to watch. And for bonus points here, he is talking about how he uses what he learns from Hallmark romance storylines to improve his marriage. He's just the best.
You learn a little bit about yourself as a person every time you do these roles as well. I think it's a nice little self-reflective point.
Now at number 6, we have Tyler Hynes, the scene stealer who became a leading man. Tyler Hynes didn't exactly burst onto the scene with heartthrob status. His early roles in shows like Flashpoint and Letterkenny had him playing gritty, sarcastic, often stubbled dudes who were more rough than romantic. But the bones were there, those moody eyes, sharp jaw, and unmistakable presence. Then Hallmark scooped him up and gave him something better than a makeover, great scripts. Suddenly Tyler was starring in hits like It Was Always You, Three Wise Men, and a Baby, and A Picture of Her. He leaned into his offbeat charisma, delivering romance with edge and humor. Now fans eagerly await his every Hallmark appearance, knowing they'll get smirks, vulnerability, and maybe even a motorcycle. Fun fact, Tyler is also a director and editor. His artistic eye is part of what makes his performances feel grounded and unique. The glow up here isn't just about looks, though he certainly got more sculpted over the years. It's about vibe. Tyler went from being the intense guy in the background to the one we all root for in the final kiss. Here he is in an interview talking about Hallmark fans.
People in the world, people who watch Hallmark, and liars.
Yeah. It's true.
Now at the halfway point at number 5 is Ryan Paevey, from Soap Star to Swoon Central. When Ryan Paevey first appeared on General Hospital as Nathan West, fans were split. Sure, he had cheekbones for days, but early on he felt stiff and stoic, less romance novel hero and more action figure. But Hallmark unlocked something. In films like Unleashing Mr. Darcy, A Fabled Holiday, and 2 Tickets to Paradise, Ryan showed he could do more than brood. He could make us melt. He went from soap stiff to soulful softy with just one look. Tall, muscular, and with blue-gray eyes that stare straight into your soul, Paevey now defines the handsome Hallmark hero archetype. He's a little mysterious, a lot tender, and, let's be honest, a 6'1" walking thirst trap. Fun fact, he builds custom jewelry and surfs in his spare time. So yes, he's basically a rugged artist prince. Paevey's glow-up is physical, emotional, and deeply satisfying. He's gone from stiff to swoon, and we're all better for it. Now, at number 4 is Paul Greene, from musician to mature romantic hero. Back when Paul Greene first started out, he was more musician than matinee idol. Known in Canada for his soulful singing voice and easygoing presence, he wasn't necessarily someone casting agents were racing to sign as a romantic lead. His look was pleasant, but not yet polished. Your friendly guitar guy, not your winter wedding groom. But time and Hallmark changed that. Greene began starring in hits like Christmas in Angel Falls, When Calls the Heart, and My Favorite Wedding, and Something Clicked. The scruffy folk singer became a silver-stubbled, ultra-likable leading man. There's something grounding about his presence, like the kind of guy who brings you tea when you're sick and remembers your dog's name. Fun fact, Paul is a certified pilot, a wellness coach, and still performs regularly with his band. He's like your hot yoga instructor who also flies planes. His glow-up is quieter than most, but no less effective. He grew into his charisma and carved out a space as Hallmark's most soulful, grounded, leading man. Up next is number 3, Luke Macfarlane. From muscled sidekick to romantic powerhouse, Luke Macfarlane was always attractive. Let's not kid ourselves. But in his early career, like his days on Brothers and Sisters, he was often cast as the best friend, the supportive partner, or the background guy with great arms. Then came Hallmark, and a career-defining shift. Macfarlane took center stage in films like I Am Into Valentine's Match and A Magical Christmas Village. His acting became more nuanced, his emotional depth richer, and those arms, still great. He combines warmth and wit with just enough vulnerability to make us believe the stakes. He's not just eye candy, he's soul food. Fun fact, Luke is also a classically trained cellist and a former semi-pro cyclist. He's basically a Hallmark Renaissance man. From sidekick to centerpiece, Luke's glow-up is the kind you write movies about. Down to number 2, Niall Matter. From blue-collar cutie to refined heartthrob, Niall Matter once worked as an oil rig worker in Alberta, and that rugged blue-collar energy never left him. When he first began acting, he brought a toughness to the screen that didn't quite scream Hallmark. But he had the smile, he had the warmth, and when Hallmark tapped into that, magic happened. From Marrying Father Christmas to Christmas Pen Pals and Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater, Matter proved he could do cozy like a champ. And as he aged, he got even more attractive, like a mountain man who read a Brené Brown book and decided to go to therapy. Fun fact, Niall survived a serious accident early in life, which gives his performances a gravity that's hard to fake. There's heart beneath the handsome. Matter's glow-up is all about the mix. Part grit, part grace, and a face that makes you believe in holiday miracles. And finally, at number 1 is Tyler Hynes. Again, the ultimate Hallmark glow-up king. Okay, yes, we mentioned him already, but you knew this was coming, because if any Hallmark actor embodies the ultimate glow-up, combining raw talent, offbeat appeal, rugged good looks, and a complete genre takeover, it's Tyler Hynes. He didn't just glow up, he lit the whole network on fire. Fans don't just watch Tyler, they follow him, obsessively, because he brings edge to the fluff, mood to the merry, and style to the small-town love story. His ability to go from leather jacket rebel to cozy cardigan cuddlebug in one movie, Hallmark sorcery. With that, we crown him the glow-up king. So, who do you think had the biggest Hallmark glow-up? Let us know in the comments, because in this universe, looking better with age is basically part of the contract. And if you liked this video, show us some love with a follow, like, and comment. Your engagement keeps our channel going. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You rock, and I hope your pillow is always cool and your coffee always warm. Until next time.